December 1776. The American Revolution was dying. Snow covered the land like a white grave. The Continental Army had lost New York, lost battles, lost men. Soldiers had no boots, no coats, no food. Some wrapped their feet in cloth to walk on the frozen ground. Many had already deserted. The British believed the rebellion would end within weeks. But General George Washington refused to surrender to despair because he had one last idea, a desperate idea, a dangerous idea. Inside a dimly lit house, Washington studied a map by candlelight. Across the icy Delaware River lay Trenton. There, Hessian soldiers celebrated Christmas night, confident and relaxed. They did not expect an attack, especially not in this weather. Washington whispered to his officers, "We cross tonight." They were stunned. Ice-filled river, snowstorm, midnight march. It sounded like suicide, but Washington's voice was calm. Victory or death. Night fell, and the storm arrived. Freezing rain turned into heavy snow. Wind howled through the trees like a warning from nature itself. Huge chunks of ice floated violently in the river. Even experienced boatmen feared the crossing. But the soldiers pushed the wooden boats into the black water anyway, because turning back meant losing the revolution forever. In the center of one boat stood George Washington. Tall, silent, unmoving. Snow covered his coat. Ice hit the sides of the boat. Water splashed onto the soldiers' frozen hands. They were terrified, but when they looked at Washington, they saw no fear, and that gave them courage. After hours of struggle, they reached the other side. But the mission was only half complete. They still had to march 9 miles to Trenton, through deep snow, through darkness, through unbearable cold. Some soldiers left trails of blood in the snow from their bare feet. Still, no one complained. Just before dawn, they reached Trenton. The town was quiet. Hessian soldiers were asleep after Christmas celebrations. Washington divided his men into groups. No drums, no shouting, only silence, and muskets ready. As the first light touched the sky, Washington gave the order. Attack! Gunfire exploded through the quiet town. The Hessians woke in confusion, disoriented, unprepared. Within minutes, the Americans controlled the streets. It was a complete victory. News of the victory spread like fire. The colonies could not believe it. The army that was about to collapse had won. Men rejoined the fight. Hope returned. The revolution was alive again. This was not just a battle. This was the moment the revolution was saved. If Washington had failed that night, America might never have been born, all because of a frozen river and an impossible decision. History would remember this forever. A general who refused to quit, an army that refused to surrender. On Christmas night, 1776, George Washington crossed a river of ice and carried a nation from despair into hope.